like an injury. I didn't have an injury. It's just that little aching pain that I've had this whole time as a novice arm wrestler. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I don't think I haven't, from how I feel, I haven't given not a single person a solid, quick, like, good go. I just haven't done it. Like, that's just, I haven't felt like I've given
it to me.
Yeah. I'm hoping the first time it is on your ass, but like, I just don't, it's just that part of it hasn't come to my game, it's just, but that's another thing I need to worry about, which is also one of the biggest things that's in my mind for this tournament coming up Saturday, because there's a really good possibility that I'm going to run in the 100. I mean, I'm that confident. I'm 160, like, I woke up this morning, I'm 166 pounds. Like, that was before breakfast. I'm gaining weight. I gained 8 pounds in 10 days. I'm working out in the sun. So for me to be able to gain that weight, things are coming along good. But with Hunter, I'm not worried about matching Hunter's strength. I think I'm stronger than Hunter, to be honest with you. I think Hunter's more, in his spot, he's more comfortable. He's been there more. And his speed, from what everybody's been telling me, I've had people reach out to me that just follow me and they don't know who I am and have never pulled me. Like, a guy named JJ Bailey's going to be there. He reached out to me and he said, man, he was like, there's a good possibility you're going to meet up with Hunter. He's like, if I can give you any advice, he's like, hit fast, hit hard. He's like, because he's fast and he's strong. So that's that's another, like, niche in my game that needs to get up to par. So, like, and with guys in my weight class, if you don't have a fast hit, you're fucked. Like, that's what we are. Guys in my weight class, they're fast. You can be strong all you want, but if somebody gets on top of your hand and gets you so far enough, there's not shit you can do. And in my weight class, one of the things that I'm lacking is that hit speed. I know I'm fast. I know I have fast twitch, muscle reaction, and everything like that, but it's a mental thing. I think right now I just haven't. I don't know if it's. And also I think I'm without like trying to talk over everybody, but I think it's one of the things is when I get to the setup, I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do. I need to be confident before I get to the setup what I'm going to do and just fucking go, I don't need to be thinking about shit when I go up there, what I'm going to do. I need to know what I'm going to do and take care of business. And that's what I've been working on. When I go up to the table at this tournament in Ladson, I know what I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm going for, and I'm shooting for it. Like, that's going to be the difference this coming up Saturday for me. And that's going to be the biggest test for me. So I'm taking a lot of judgment from this tournament on how I approach our match.
Well, I'm going to be there, so I'm going to try to do my best.
I might be, but I'm not competing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I would love to have y'all, dude. Like I said, we plan on going out to dinner for Jenna's birthday and shit. Brittany's excited, man. She's super excited to see Jenna. Hey, Nick, y'all, I really, dude, if y'all come, that'd be awesome. You and Taylor, we'll go, that'd be an awesome fucking, like, after event. Hell yeah.
Right. So I don't think me and Donnie can really give an opinion on this match because in my mind it's like 4 to -1.
Yeah, right.
But what do you think, Damian? Honestly,
they're not even going to have this dude's fucking name on the board. Like, they're not even writing his name up there. They're just going to write my name and just automatically put that 3 right there. Just might as well go ahead and write it with a fucking Sharpie.
Right.
Oh, permanent marker.
So yeah. Okay. So it can go one of two ways, in my opinion. I think it'll either go 3-0 for Nick, or I think it'll be 3-1 for Donnie. That's my opinion.
That's interesting.
I cannot lose. Maybe I can give one up, but I cannot lose 2 matches and then win it. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know what's crazy to me is I completely had the fatigue thing backwards. I like 2 weeks. I know I've been getting better as far as endurance goes, but I haven't really been able to like see how good I'm doing endurance wise. And I mean, I know Damian can pull for fucking hours. So when he's over here, when you came the first Sunday and we pulled like 4 or 5 hours, and then we walked back outside at 9 o'clock and pulled for another hour with the girls. Like when we got them pulling then, and the next day I was sore. I mean, I was beat down, but I was talking to you, and you were like, you're sore as hell too. I was like, but it was a lot less sore than I used to be just pulling like an hour or two. So I've noticed a lot of, I'm not going as much side pressure, so I'm staying healthier a lot more, and that's what's helped me out a lot. Is whereas before I couldn't go because my brachioradialis and shit would just flare up after like 2 pulls, or like if I got inside with somebody on my left, my elbow would start to flare up. Now I'm actually able to, like, I'm squaring up with my body, staying behind my hand more. It's just the technical side of everything has helped me become a longer lasting puller than what I was doing. That Todd Hutchins shit wasn't working for me. Right. I'm 32 and my bones were like, every night going to bed, Brittany was getting tired of fucking rubbing me. She's like, you're already old and you make moans and groans at night, and now arm wrestling's whooping your ass. Like, you better start being smarter.
Well, I like David's opinion on this. I feel like if Donnie wins, it'll be real similar to, I don't know the Indian guy's name, but Coach Ray's match in King of the Table.
Yeah.
You remember that? I think that's kind of similar. Maybe not exactly the shape, but if Donnie wins, that would be the style, the way it would go, kind of just gassing out.
Right.
I'm hoping somebody misses one of the fucking matches like that happen, or like the score gets all fucked up and we're all like, oh, did Nick win 3-0, or is it still 2-0, or is it what? Like, no, it's 2-0. I'm coming back. Fuck that. But I also heard you, if I'm winning easy where I'm at, I'm gonna try to go in the hook with them. Try to come in the hook at first.
No, it won't be round 1 for sure. It won't be round
1. That's my mental fucking. I'm trying to get you to come. That's my mental terrorist part of it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you don't want to go into the hook. I'm gonna try to get you to bait you to come into me. Because I can I just recently started working pronation. I don't know why, but I thought pronation was already my strong point, but it's not. There's the pronation that I thought I was strong in is completely different than arm wrestling pronation. Like it's a lot different, man. I mean, I've done hammer curls my whole life, but it's different. There's a lot more too than just. I would never recommend anybody going into a gym and just doing like weight training for arm wrestling. I do a lot of band stuff for a reason. It applies that like gradual pull, but it's going to get to a maximum pull at the end. Whereas when I lift dumbbells, or free weights, the hardest thing is actually getting that one, like getting it to a certain point. It gets easier after that. With bands, it never gets easier. It's constantly going, and then it reaches a hard point and stays hard like that. It's maximum poundage or resistance. So I do bands and free weight workouts, and it's completely different, man.
I can agree with that for sure. Or cables.
Yeah, cables. Yes. It's just. There's certain things that I would only do, dumb like free weights with, but majority of the stuff is with that, and I think that's also what helped with my fatigue too. Like a lot of guys that I used to like go to the gym with when I was just trying to get stronger and stuff like that, they did a lot of band workouts and stuff like that, and I saw progress happening with them faster than it was with me, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna switch to some bands. And not to mention, I'm not trying to spend fucking $80 for a 45 pound dumbbell right now.
Right.
Well, we've been going for a while, you guys, and we covered all the predictions for September. Y'all want to continue, or you want to call it a night? What are you thinking?
I just want to know if you guys are planning on going to Virginia for John versus.
To what?
Yeah.
Oh, John and Paul?
Yeah.
Oh. Where's it at again? It's
gonna be at
some
town in Virginia.
Virginia. I'd let it go, honestly.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's Paul Lynn's pulling John Brazine. Yeah. Brittany wants to go. I want to go. I would really love to go. I wish I could have went to the Chance and John match last time. I didn't know it was that close. I wasn't even thinking. I'm definitely down to go to that. Like we're probably going to end up going to that, to be honest with you.
Let's discuss briefly that match, and then maybe we'll talk just over the Ryan Bowen thing.
Yeah,
where he's got the winner. So what are you thinking, Damian? Paul and John. Like, what do you think the shape's looking like? How do you think it's gonna
go? I mean, you always got to go with John. I mean,
yeah.
I think Paul definitely has a better arm than Chance does, but Chance has a better hand, and if you can't beat John's hand, you're just not going to beat him.
It's lights out.
You think Paul gets 1, or you think it's 3-0 John?
3-0 John.
Oh yeah. 3-0 John. Chance's hand is like Damian said. Chance's hand is better than Paul's. John is all about that hand, man. I mean, if you don't have to worry about no other option for Paul if he can't do something with John's hand or even contest it. So,
but here's the thing.
I just don't see it happen.
Here's the thing, though. It is possible that Paul could win 1 because John is notorious for after he dominates you like the first round, he will try to go into your power and try to see if he can beat you there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he did. He tried to go on a hook with Chance. So you're right. Yeah. The only way Paul gets 1 is if John gets overconfident and tries to go in with him and make it a battle of strength. And then that's when Paul Lynn's gonna rip through him because John. I mean, I'm not saying John's not strong right now. John's strong, but Paul Lynn's a beast, man. That man's putting in work. If John tries to put it down the horsepower, he's gonna feel what Paul Lynn's horsepower is like. Paul will drive right through him.
The way Paul Lynn was pulling Paul Talbot and Andre Shark and them at the Daypack Classic, that was really impressive, especially right here.
He was just
those were some solid.
Yeah. He and it's crazy. I think Paul still has a lot of like technical aspects to his game that he has to work on. He's still using just a lot of pure strength and just speed. I just don't. The only way I see him doing anything is if it becomes a battle of pure strength, and then that's a wrap. I mean, and then that's 1, and then John goes back to dominating the hand and doing what he does best. Yeah.
So I agree for the most part. I think it's probably going to be a 3-0, 3-1 at the worst for John. So what happens? John wins, and Australia lets Bowen out of the box. You think Ryan's got anything more for John than Paul did?
Now, if you want me to go first, I'll go. My opinion drastically changes here. John, let's
let Damian go first then.
Damian, go.
Well, first of all, is this even a thing, or is this hypothetical?
No, this is real.
This is supposedly that Travis called Bowen and said, "You've got the winner."
So that's what the call was about.
Yeah. He came out with another video about like last night or this morning, and he said the call about Travis is he offered me the winner of Paul and John, and he said basically what he told Travis was, you're looking at about whatever for me to come over there. That's not a big deal. He said what I'm worried about is the $3,000 it's going to take for me to quarantine when I come back to Australia.
Right.
But basically Travis was like, done, whatever, just let me know.
It's looking like it's pretty realistic. So Bowen, from what he's saying, is he's just got to get permission to get out of Australia. The real trouble is getting back in. And he seems like he's open to the idea of being stuck in the USA for a couple of weeks or months or whatever it takes.
Yeah, because if he misses one flight, like if one flight gets canceled, it basically for every flight that gets canceled on his return trip home, it adds 2 to 3 days to his his quarantine, that he's going to be further, he's going to be longer and longer away from getting home. So he's worried about like layovers and stuff like that, like getting here and making it happen and all the hoopla that is involved in between. He's ready. He's good to go. He's just worried about that after effect. So,
Right. So here's the thing. I would much rather see Ryan versus Paul.
really,
I would much rather see that. I don't care to see Ryan versus John. I really don't.
because you just don't think John's going to stay relevant enough in what's happening like later on for that. Like, to me, I agree. Paul and Ryan would give so much more aspect to what the hell is going on in arm wrestling than John and Ryan. You know, as far as like, I would love. You're right. I would like to see what Paul has, and that would also like tell everybody where Ryan's at. But you just can't give up. I think to me, the Ryan and John thing has like Ryan looks up to John so much, like all of us do. But Ryan's just had that opportunity to go to John's house like all the time and do this and do that, and he's trained with John. He credits John for his win against Alan Guerra and stuff. So it's like it's cool. I want to see it, man. Like, and I think Ryan's got it. I think he's putting in that work, dude. And not to mention he's running a damn cycle, and it's like he's super strong. Yeah, I don't necessarily say Ryan wins, but I think Ryan gives him a lot more trouble than Chance does. I think today Ryan Bowen beats Chance still, but just out of like not strength, but like I think Ryan knows what he already wants to do to Chance right now. If they were to meet up tomorrow, I feel like Ryan is already prepared for that. Ryan is a dedicated, like, this is what he does for a living now. Like, he doesn't think about nothing else. He doesn't go to work and, have to worry about payroll or doing this. Like, he wakes up and does arm wrestling. And I think Ryan has a game plan for a possible match with each of these people, and he's ready. That's my opinion, man. I think this thing with John has been something on his mind, or maybe in the works for a while now. And I think he's been prepared for that, or he's ready for an option to go do that. That's just my opinion. I think he's a well prepared, he's a smart arm wrestler, man. He's like the Floyd Mayweather of arm wrestling. He knows what matches to take and what, if he has a chance or not. Like, he wouldn't take it if he didn't think that he has a chance. I mean, maybe with John he would, just because it's John. Like, I would pull John I don't care. I would pay $1,000 to pull John, even though I know I would lose. But I just think I think Ryan has a good shot. I think Ryan has the best shot out of all of them. Out of Paul, Chance, a rematch with Chance and Ryan, I think Ryan's got a better shot.
Maybe that is possible. I'm not totally convinced of that, but it's possible.
I think, in my opinion, when John and his practice, so take for what you will, when Ryan pulled John last, he could not, or John was able to contain Ryan's top roll or pronator, however you want to put it. Yeah. And so John was able to contain him, but Ryan was not able to contain John. Since then, Ryan's focus has not really been his outside game.
Yeah.
So I believe that if Ryan's progressed for sure, but I do not think he's progressed in the areas that he would need to progress in order to beat John at the moment. If John hooks him, maybe, but I think John still rolls him fairly easily, I would think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would think it's still John's rolling through Ryan. And Ryan's just not able to contain him or couple. Even in the strap, I don't think it changes a whole lot. Now, Ryan is better in the strap, but I don't know if he's that much better. If he's going to be able to sink it in.
Yeah, and this is a trained up John, so I don't see, like I said, if Ryan has made the necessarily like moves that he's needed to and gotten stronger enough in the certain areas that he needed to from the last time, I just see him not winning. I just see him making it a lot more of a match than Paul or Chance does, just because like I said, this is what he does. Like he's the guy. I don't sell Ryan short from being at home right now with a fucking physicist or a damn engineer trying to like figure out angles for John. Like I don't put like he seems like the kind of guy that would do some shit like that. Like I just think he's going to come in well prepared, and I think it'll just be a lot better of a match than those two would. I don't see Ryan winning, but I see, like you said, I think John's hand control is just too much, and that's Ryan's weak spot. I don't think he's made enough ground in that to do anything. But that's just I do see him giving John a lot more trouble than what everybody thinks he wouldn't do.
Yeah, probably. I think they would get to straps, and then Ryan would try his side pressure. Without his hand and
soy pressure.
Soy pressure. 44% vector.
I mean, it is possible that it could be a more interesting match that way.
Yeah, I just see it being like, and also he, like we don't. I feel like John's opened up to him about a lot of stuff, and I mean, I think Ryan might know where John had been working at before, where he was week before, and and also Ryan knows where John's at. Like, he knows John's super strong. I don't care how prepared he is or how strong he is. He's not taking John's hand, but I do see John either getting too confident and going in where Ryan's strong and losing that way, or Ryan just coming in really prepared and just draining John and an older, fatigued, out of like John that's been training. And John's going to be pulling a lot. Like he had this super match with Chance, and before this match with Paul Lynn, he's going to arm wrestle that Arabian guy or whatever his name is, and then he's going to have the match with Paul Lynn, and then he's going to arm wrestle Chance. So John's having like 2 big super matches per month before this. Ryan's fresh as a daisy sitting over there in Australia. So John's sitting at 50 some years old, coming in off of 3 super matches leading into Ryan, fresh as a daisy. John might take round 1, round 2, but round 3 might start to look a little different, just due to fatigue and old age, man.
I don't know.
I don't know how quick John's recovering these days.
Well, I think the thing with John is I feel like the more he pulls, I think the better he will be.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
that's just because he's the GOAT, man. He's Mega Manning you. He's taking all your shit from you. He's just like.
I think John beats Paul 3-0 or 3-1 possibly if John tries to go into Paul's power and Paul just pulls through. And I think it's actually probably a 3-0 or 3-1 with Bowen too. In my opinion, I think John beats him, and then maybe test the waters a little too much, and especially in the straps. Bowen, he's technical; he'll be able to capitalize on it. Yeah. But I don't think it happens 3 times in Bowen's favor.
No, super matches over here in the States right now, nobody's beating John at his weight. No, I mean, unless he just starts trying to become the Giant Slayer again, he starts trying to take on like these big elite dudes like Michael and all them guys, which he won't. The only way we're going to see John get tested is if Zloty happens, or
I don't know. I think you put him in the WAL right now. I think he beats people like Matt Mass.
Yeah.
I think. I think he beats Marcio right now.
Oh yeah. You think he beats Marcio right now?
I don't know.
John?
I don't know about that.
Dude, I don't think John beats Marcio right now. Marcio's looking.
Dave's not in the WAL anymore, so I think if you put John in the WAL, it goes wherever you want to put Devin Larrett, Michael Todd, it'll go Jerry Cataract, and I think the next person is John. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's where he would get put. But I would probably put John there 4 as well. But I only because it's John. But I still think Marcio beats him. Like right now, Marcio now beats John. He's looking. Marcio's looking strong, bro. I think I'm pulling Mike Aiello and Larry. But I just don't know. Marcio's a real posting top row kind of guy. I think John can really bite down on him and then roll from there. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell, really.
Yeah. True. I mean, yeah, like styles make everything, man, and that's the thing. Like, what makes people a good arm wrestler is I've related a lot of arm wrestling to like jujitsu. Jiu-jitsu, you take your opponent to where he's weak, not where you're strong. You don't try to go where you're strong. It's more of a defensive thing. I mean, you also have to have a lot of offense in here, but I just don't see. I think Marcio just has too much strength right now, man. Like, I saw Mike go against Don and Chance and Jordan in that round robin, and like they all were strength-wise, they were all similar. Marcio let Mike get into his press, and like he was just holding him like a dad at a campfire. And I'm like, dude, he's been putting in work, bro.
Maybe we'll see how far. We'll have to see how far John takes it. I don't know.
Yeah, I personally, I love the fact that John's coming back, and I know, I like we can all probably agree this is his last big hurrah, like his last run. So I think he's given everything he's got. So a dedicated, serious, fully committed John, I don't care how old he is, that's a dangerous dude. Dangerous dude.
Well, that's why we all got to make it out there, because who knows if we'll ever get a chance to see John compete in person,
Exactly. I personally am down to commit 100% right now to go if everybody wants to go. Like, we can pitch it. We can stay out there. We can find like an Airbnb or something like that and just stay.
I'm down. He's a COVID case away from his arm wrestling career being.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Yeah, as soon as John hears, like, even if he's done. Yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah, I think this is he's probably going to pull a lot more than that, but like in that kind of like situation, the hypeness around that match, like, come on, that's one of the best ones. If we didn't make it to the Chance Shaw one, we need to make it to this one.
Right. Well, I'm good. If y'all are, y'all want to wrap it up for tonight?
Yeah,
I'm good, man. I had a blast, dude.
Yeah. So you guys watching, you like, subscribe, comment. It'll either be on my channel or Donnie's. We might split it up. We might both post it. We'll kind of go over the logistics of it after this. But it's been great talking to y'all. You got any last things you want to comment on or anything like that?
Either way, put the links in the description for whoever is posting it. Just post it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Damiane. Appreciate him.
Hey, yeah, man. I just want to say I appreciate it, man. Like, I've already talked to you about our match and everything like that. I'm honored to be presented with that. As soon as you told me that was an option, it was like I told you, it was never a backup option for me. When you gave me that option, it went straight to the front of the board, even over the guys that I was looking for in my weight class. Just, I respect you so much as a puller, man. You've been nothing but a great friend, you and your family. And Damiane has been an awesome friend and mentor and like training partner. You guys have been awesome. I'm like me and you talked about, it's all fun. When we get there, it's going to be an awesome match. I can promise you, I'm coming in the best shape I've ever been in for this. And I'm honored, dude. Like, I'm just super thankful. I'm just glad to be a part of everything.
I feel so bad because I love like family, man. I'd root for you in any match. I hate to see you go 3-0, but it's just gonna happen.
I'd hate to see you go 3-0 too by a 160 pounder. That's gonna suck.
Conor McGregor looking South Carolina.
Let's go!
Woo! All right. Let's wrap it up, guys.
All right. I appreciate it, y'all.
Yes, sir.